You know, black women, it is really time for y'all to stop giving these black males, especially Omar Johnson, all this power to the point where people actually consult this asshole when it comes to things concerning black people collectively. I really get tired of the fact that this whole society and black people especially are always disrespecting black women. These motherfuckers are not smart. And they never fucking work in black women's interests. Always about them. Now this fat fucking jerk that is always talking about black nationalism should already know there is no fucking such thing in America. Number one, because these black males only think about what they want and what should work in their best interest. Never black women. Because first off, when Kamala Harris's camp reached out to him, because he has so much influence on stupid black women who think that this motherfucker is some type of example of how all black males should be when it concerns them, when he's not. He's not. He's all fucking talk and nothing else. And I'm not even talking about the school. The school is a totally different thing. He always talks about what black people should do, but never goes out and leads the charge or is an example of what someone should be doing to show you how to do it. It's always all this talk about what we shouldn't do to get this, and you can't get it because you don't do that. First he said you needed an organized vote. So now people are trying to organize the vote. Now, when he doesn't like what Ricky Smiley and what's the other, Steve Harvey said, now he's like, oh, don't give them our vote because they haven't earned it. You can't have it both ways. If you want people to respect you, you have to literally, black people, get off your ass and start doing shit for yourself. Organize your vote and vote as a block for what you want and for the candidates you want. You actually have a candidate actually willing to listen to some of your demands. The first time in all of the history of America with Kamala. But if you think somebody's gonna get up in front of the entire country and go, I'm coming here to make this agenda specifically for black people, you're out of your fucking mind, because they would never win the election. Like, y'all don't think in realistic terms because you're so busy idolizing these fucking idiots like Umar and others, instead of finding black women that have sense and pushing them forward, and stop pushing these dudes ahead of you, because they're not the ones voting collectively, it's us. And no one is giving us the respect we deserve, and they're looking over us when we will be the ones carrying the fucking vote. You know, sometimes it really is fucked up to truly acknowledge that black women, you're never gonna have nothing in this country collectively until you let go of these fucking black males and understand that just like the Divine Nine showed you when those AKAs got together and stood behind Kamala to do that call and got everybody else in motion to do their calls, you have to learn to do that for yourselves with everything in life. Even with this election, it should be so many of us speaking out and standing behind each other as black women and not behind these black dudes, to let people know you need to start focusing on us, because those black males, they don't speak for us and they do not influence us the way you all want to think they do. This guy Umar doesn't do shit but talk on the fucking mic and ask for cash apps, donations, and bullshit to black male worshiping women who hope and dream for some fucking black unicorn to wake up next to them one morning. This shit is so tiring. So fucking tiring. Stick together, black women. Stay for each other. Do for each other what needs to be done. And please stop standing behind these black males. We are never going to accomplish anything. All he ever does is talk against something, gives extreme pushback, And he should not have the influence he has in our communities. He should be able to talk. We consider whatever he's talking about, but never should he be able to lead us around by the fucking nose, because he can't even take care of his own personal shit and do right by his own children's mothers. And you guys expect him to be able to take on the whole fucking community or the whole consensus of black people in America? You know what? It is constantly proven over history. Like, black people have to fall to the lowest fucking pits of hell before the black women get up and understand that you cannot wait for these motherfuckers to do anything for you as black males. They're not. They don't know how. So we have to come together as women and think about ourselves and our daughters only. And go get the fucking job done. We don't need him as a spokesperson. He's not my fucking spokesperson. I don't give a fuck about nothing he has to say. Because all he ever does is talk about bullshit. Fantasy bullshit. And fucking more than one black woman at a time. I'm so tired of this motherfucker, I don't know what to do. But you know what? I need to leave this for a little while, because this shit is so fucking depressing. It is not that fucking serious. And it is not that complicated. Black women, if you all get together and you could do the same thing that the women behind Black Women Lead does in your own neighborhood, or we could do it online by ourselves. All you do is weekly stay in touch with a certain number of black women, discuss the topics that you want addressed, and keep the number behind the issues that you want to have addressed, and then bring it to the representatives. They only acknowledge numbers of people who represent numbers of votes. You don't need this guy. You don't need anybody. We could do things by ourselves when we all collectively set our minds to it. Y'all need to stop acting like children in an adult-child relationship with these dudes, because they don't have it like that. Now, he's going out of his way to disrupt this whole movement of black people finally getting on board, Umar I'm talking about, behind Kamala, so she can get in office, so we can retain our rights. We could have abortion back. We could get back affirmative action. We can get back everything they've taken from us. DEI, black education and history in school. Right now it's not coming. Critical race theory. We can get all this shit back. But if you constantly have these outliers like Umar always trying to sway the undecided masses of black people against already the rhythm we got going for something progressive and something positive, we don't need people like him. We don't. They're all just having a fucking problem with this situation because she's a fucking woman. I don't care if her mother's Asian and she's not really a black woman. She's only Asian and black. I don't care. She's doing more than probably what a real black woman would do in her place. And definitely a fucking black man. Because they don't never do shit for black women. Look how many of them have gone down in history for doing only for themselves and a white man. Y'all need to stop letting society believe that we as black women don't have our own brains and can't think for ourselves. And we always need one of these gorillas out in front of us who don't give a fuck about our best interests to pave the way. Because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. This guy is standing in the way because he's a fucking narcissist. And he wants attention, and he wants to be able to wreak fucking havoc. I don't understand why y'all are letting him do this. He's trying to derail all the progress small content creators like me and others have done over this length of time, this short length of time. We spent all our time debunking the lies, clearing up the confusion, and literally going on to the websites, whitehouse.gov, senate.gov, and showing people the record, talking about, no, it wasn't this year, it was that year, it wasn't her, it was him. We did that work. Umar didn't do any of that shit. us black women who were dedicated to giving the clarity to other black women who needed it, to see that the shit they were listening to by these stupid fucking black males who felt like Charleston White, the only place for a black woman is in the bedroom or the kitchen. We did all of that work for these black women to change their opinion and truly understand what was going on outside of the lies they were being told and fed through social media. So why is this motherfucker getting the credit for all of our work now? Instead of them worrying about this motherfucker, they need to go online and actually pay attention to all of us out here that have been doing the work to bring all of the rest of the other black people up to speed for Kamala, and leave this motherfucker alone, because nobody's paying attention to him anyway. Sometimes I wish he would go in his school and that shit just fucking collapse on him. So tired of this motherfucker. All he does is talk bullshit into the wind.